Today we're going to talk about Nintendo NX and the future of console gaming. So, there's been a lot of rumors leading up to Nintendo's big announcement, with the reveal, you could say, of the Nintendo NX. It's scheduled to release in the first quarter of 2017. We are in the last quarter, starting the last quarter of 2016, and we have yet to receive any concrete info directly from the big end themselves. So a lot of people are starting to get antsy when it comes to solid, concrete information about Nintendo's next console. Nintendo is always a company that is very secretive or protective about their new technology. They are innovators in the field of console gaming, and so therefore it's understandable why they may be kind of just keeping it on the down low, on the hush hush, from everybody's eyes, because I do think Nintendo probably sees that they have something very, very intriguing, something that's very, very innovative. So I do believe Nintendo has their sights set in the right direction. Hopefully they won't disappoint. We have Nintendo releasing a console with detachable, I guess you could say, like tablet-like, like a mobile part to it that will attach to a controller unit similar to what you're seeing on screen right now. So that sounds intriguing. However, a lot of people know that this is going to be some form of a hybrid console where it has a docking station that's going to help it be playable on your home's television set. So a lot of people are asking themselves, will this be as powerful as the current gen consoles that are out right now, namely the base unit PlayStation 4? And a lot of people have already been saying through rumors that it will be underpowered. Actually, it will come in at a lesser power than the PlayStation 4. Now, we can argue about that for days. However, there is no official announcement from Nintendo yet. These are all just strictly based on rumors, and to be honest, I really don't want to waste too much time on that because I want to talk about something that's more intriguing. It made me think about the potential that the future of console gaming has. Now, first, before I do continue, I do want to address PC gaming. As many of you know, PC gaming is, I guess you could say, possibly one or two generations ahead of where console gaming is at in terms of power. Now, power is not everything because there is a lot of other stuff that is involved in gaming that goes beyond the pretty graphics. Of course, as many of you know, it's the way you interact with your controller, with your interface. There are many, many different ways of doing so nowadays. Of course, you have motion controllers, you have traditional controllers, you have cameras that can track your movements. You also have VR now. So there's a lot of stuff that's going on that's pretty exciting in gaming, and we have yet to see what's going to prevail towards the end of the next generation. Of course, the only thing we can say for sure is that based on previous generations, nothing beats good old-fashioned gaming. And what's good old-fashioned gaming? A controller in your hands, buttons you can actually physically click on, and a tight, responsive gameplay experience. So, what is the future of video gaming, you might ask? I've been doing a little bit of research lately, and actually it was non-gaming related research, to be honest with you. I was checking out new technology when it comes to laptops, and I came across something I had never heard about. Now, it's not exactly brand new technology. However, it's new enough to where a lot of people still don't know about it. I'm talking about the GPU enhancers. Let me go forward. Oh, I lost my image. Don't worry, I'll find it right now. Here we go, right here. Okay, there it is. We have these GPU amplifiers or graphics amplifiers, I believe is the correct term, that Alienware is using for their particular set of graphic amplifiers. I think MSI is another company that makes these as well. Now, these are little set-top boxes that use Thunderbolt technology to connect to your laptop, and pretty much it shares the workload with your laptop when it comes to gaming. As many of you know, laptops are more and more compact as the years go on, and therefore can't have the same type of graphics processors as your tower desktop would. And so therefore, usually they're a lot less powered graphically or in terms of their hardware than a desktop computer. And a lot of it's just because of physical limitations. And so here comes along this external graphics card that that kind of takes care of that for you. It gives it a little boost, or a big boost, depending on what you have in it. Now, how does this relate to the Nintendo NX? I'm going to get to it in just a minute. So you have these GPU accelerators, and inside of those, if you happen to open one up, you can see a docking station where you can dock your actual graphics card. So the graphics card, as many of you already know, the graphics card is what gives it that graphical boost in the visuals that your games have. Now, a lot of people might be asking themselves, okay, Leo, so you talk about Nintendo, you talk about these graphics accelerators or enhancers. How does that relate to the Nintendo NX? Well, let me explain something to you. The rumors have also said, and this is actually one of those rumors that I think has some truth to it, because it's one of those that has kept popping up over and over again for more than a year now since Nintendo NX rumors began. And the rumor is that the Nintendo NX controller will have some form of a docking station. So what you see on here, this controller will somehow dock onto something else. And what do I think it'll be? I think it'll be something similar to this that it'll dock into. Not necessarily physically dock on top of this unit, but more like connect to. Now, this will most likely be connected using some Thunderbolt technology here. Thunderbolt technology is relatively new, I guess you could say. It's really great tech. It's, I guess, kind of like an HDMI cable times 10. It is able to handle faster speeds in terms of transfer rates, and it also is able to multitask at the same time. So that's why something like this would be a great benefit to console gaming. Imagine a world where you have your mobile device from Nintendo, whatever they decide to name their Project NX, and you carry it around with you. Now, the rumor is, and again, it's just a rumor, so take it with a grain of salt, but that it's going to have a 6.2-inch screen and that it will have a 720p display. Now, a lot of people are disappointed about the possibilities of this rumor being true. However, 720p at that size, you're really not going to see that much of a difference when compared to a 1080p display or a 4K display. It's just not reasonable to try and cram that much detail into such a small space. The human eye will probably not be able to tell the difference between the two at that small of a size and at that much of a distance from your eyes, unless you put it right in front of your eyes. And let's be honest here, who wants to game like that when you're on the go? So guess what? That's going to allow the onboard processor on the Nintendo NX unit to actually be able to go ahead and do the processing at a much lower resolution. And sure, it's probably going to dumb down some of the graphics. I'm talking about the particle effects, the shaders, all these extra little things that really won't stand out, or won't add too much to the gameplay experience on the go. Now, when you get home, when you get in front of your 50 plus inch television set and you are able to see a lot of those little details, boom, you're gonna have this little thing or something similar to plug into. This is where the magic of the graphics accelerator comes in. And you know what? It doesn't have to be Nintendo. It could be Sony, it could be Microsoft, or who knows, Sega one day might come back into the mix in terms of the hardware business. But that's just all I have to say for now. The future of gaming does sound very intriguing.